Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. I bet you didn't expect to see me. It's the Sunday Sensei show. Unfortunately, Sensei can't be here today due to last-minute commitments. So rather than cancel the show, let everybody down, I'm here for you. So we're going to do some mini reviews and some news to prepare you for the upcoming week. Unfortunately, as you know, I am not the chart reader. That's not what I do. And also, I'm not the crypto guy. That's Sensei. He'll be back again next Sunday with his normal show. So apologies if you were looking to speak to Sensei today to get your charts done for the upcoming week. And also, if you were looking at doing the crypto side of things. That's not what we're going to do today. Unfortunately, Sensei can't be here due to a last-minute commitment, so I've decided rather than cancel the show to be here myself. Sensei will be back again with you next Sunday. I'll also be here on Tuesday. There's no show tomorrow. But look out for updated information. There may be some things to follow tomorrow, but I plan on being back for the opening bell as normal on Tuesday. There you go. So I'm sure Sensei will send you his love. Unfortunately, as I said, he can't be here due to a last-minute commitment. So rather than cancel the show, I'm going to cover it myself today on Sunday. Thanks to my dear wife, who's in total agreement, understanding these things happen. Okay, so let's have a look at it. We're going to cover some news. We're going to cover some information to prepare us for the week. We could do some polls, and of course, if you've got any requests, things that you want me to cover, let me know and I'll do it. So this is your show. I can be here for as long as you need me. Whatever you'd like. If you'd like mini reviews done, please ask. If you're not a member, consider becoming a member. And I can do it for you. That's how you become a member. If you once you are a member, you can super chat me for a review, and I can do it straight away. Perhaps you might like that or whatever. I shall leave that with you. I don't know why I just pressed the membership thing twice. I've no idea how that happened, but anyway. If you want me to look at something very quickly, I can. That's part of your perks as being a member. But if you want me to do a mini review or a full review, depending on the super chat, we'll get either a mini review or a full-blown review. The choice is yours. All right, let me read the comments. Who have we got first of all? Evan Hands. Hey, everyone. If you just come on in, please consider subscribing to the channel and also give us a thumbs up as well. That would be great. Hi, Martin. Good evening. Good evening. How you doing? James 007. Lovely to have you here. Thanks, Martin, for covering. So sorry, everyone, for disappointing. I'm sure Sensei is as disappointed as everybody else, so it can't be helped. But he'll be back with you next Sunday. And we'll always make sure that the planned events will go on as scheduled. I've never missed anything. We're not going to miss anything. The only reason why we don't have a show, if I said we're having a week off or taking a holiday, that's different. But we're not going to be here. We're always going to keep things going, always. Any good options call for upcoming next week? I don't do options, ST. That is Sensei's bag. That's not what we're doing here today. I don't do any options at all. I am a long-term investor. I own the S&P. That's what I do. And anyway, can you look into BE, Boom Energy? Yes, I can. I'll have a very quick look for you. If you want a mini review, you can do a super chat. If you want a full-blown review, I will do that for you as well. A full-blown review will be about 15-20 minute video, which I'll also edit and put out later. If you give me a smaller super chat, I will do a couple of minute review. If you are a member and there's no super chat at all, I can just look at the stock. So that's what we'll do right now. Okay, so we'll bring up the stock just very quickly for you. So Evan Hands, you want to give a quick look at BE. All right, let me bring it up on the screen. Have a quick look. I think you call it. I think it's Bloom Energy. Yes, I've got all the charts, analysis, AI software to run through. If you want a mini review, It's about $5, whatever you like. And if you want a bigger review, it's above $10 and you can have a full like 20-minute, half an hour video. All right. Okay, here we go. Here is Bloom Energy. Just a quick look. As you can see, it is at the moment 16.25. If we look at it over the week, it's been trending up 31% over the long period of time. It's been kind of going sideways. In fact, over the maximum period, it's down 13%. And it's relatively low risk with 35% margin. There's no dividend. There's no real growth here at all. So Bloom Energy engages the manufacture, installation of solid oxide fuel cell based power generation platform. There it is. I've just a brief look for you. Okay, let's move on. Hello from Canada, Channel 5, Ibarra. Good afternoon. Welcome to you today. How are you? Carlos Chavez. Yes, a very, very quick look at FSRN. If you want a mini review, full review, the choice is yours. Let me scroll down and bring it up. We had some news. We're going to cover some news in a minute and prepare for the upcoming week. Here is Fisker for you. As you can see, 6 cents now. We've had a bit of a rally over the last few days. At the end of the week, we dipped at the beginning of the week, but we started to rally up again. So it's currently running at 618.06. 18, and we're waiting for that news. Is it going to re-enter the main index again? Anyway, Carlos Chavez, how are you today? As well as MNSO. Okay, let's have a quick look at MNSO. MNSO, let's see what they're doing today. Let's have a quick look. This is a group engaged in retail and wholesale of lifestyle and pop toy products. Interesting stock. Over the long period of time, there is a dividend here, 1.74, just slightly more than the S&P. And it's down 7%. So it's gone sideways. Again, if you are a member and you want a mini review, it's about $5. There's no exact price on it. It's whatever you like. Above $10, I'll do a full 20-minute review. Plus, it'll get its own video when it goes out. What do I think about GWAV? GWAV, let's have a quick look. GWAV. I've never reviewed this stock, so I can't tell you, to be honest with you. There it is, over the long period of time. It's just been coming down and going, oh my gosh, just going flat, 7 cents. I need to look at the balance sheet. I've never looked at it before, so honestly, I've no idea. Again, I can do that for you if you are a member and you super chat. I don't know what the business really is. I've never seen it before, so I couldn't comment. But thank you for asking. Best long-term investment stocks with possibility of 100% gain the next 5 years. ST, well, that's easy. The S&P doubles every 7 years. So with tech now leading the S&P and with AI explosion like Nvidia, the best investment you could possibly make would be the S&P, because you are buying the best 500 companies in the world. It's heavily stacked for the top 7, which are all AI. AI is now the next industrial revolution. I would say, without a doubt, it would be the S&P 500. It's going to give you a solid growth. It's going to give you a 100% guarantee. And in the next 7 years, but currently at the rate of growth of the S&P, 5 years, it will double. So you want to know about doubling your money? There's your answer. That was an easy question there. Martyn, do you think Nvidia stockholders will sell before the 10-to-1 stock split, then buy back in after the split? Traders will, investors won't. Investors will just want to hold because they know that the value is going to continue to go up. A forward split is a good catalyst for the stock. So an investor who knows the business, who knows the balance sheet, who knows what, as I do, who knows what Nvidia is all about and what it's going to do, is going to hold because it's going to go up after the split and it's going to be a good investment. Traders will want to speculate, take their profit, and try to find an entry point. But remember, as I've always said, this is a game of chess, not checkers. If you sell, one, you'll pay tax, and two, what's the entry point? Where are you going to get back in again? You might have, as a lot of people do, they could be up thousands of percent with Nvidia. Nvidia, I believe, is just getting started. So as if you bought it, remember, when I look at buying a business, I look at buying a business that I can hold for 10, 20, 30 years. The period before I intend to cash it all in. Is it going to go up? Is it a good business? Is it well managed? Does it make money? That's what I buy. I don't buy share prices. I buy businesses. So that's what I'm looking to do. Oh, hello. I got no idea why George is showing up on the screen there. That should be in do not disturb mode. Well, that's a bit weird. I've got my friend there just appeared on the screen. That shouldn't have happened. It's in do not disturb. I've no idea why. Anyway, so there you go. That answers that question. I wouldn't sell. I'm not going to sell. And remember, I don't own Nvidia indirectly, but I do own it through the S&P. I think it's about 5.7% of the S&P. So I will not be selling my S&P. I'll be looking forward to a great week this week with increased gains and profits. I think there's another 8% to go this year. Obviously, I think that because I'm paying 6.25% interest to buy with margin. So obviously, I think there's more of it in there. Anyway, let's have a quick look. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of the week. Carlos Chavez. Yes, thank you. And the very same to you. Matthew Spry. James, hi. Where is Sensei? Unfortunately, Sensei is not here today. Sensei had a commitment. He couldn't make the show. So he couldn't be here today. So I'm covering rather than cancel the event and letting you down. We always turn up. We're always here at advertised times. So we're doing a different style of show today. Sensei will be back next week. Normal time, normal place. But he's not here today due to a last-minute commitment. All right. Let's have a look. FFIE going to fly this week. Why do you say that? I mean, that is, let's be absolutely clear. FFIE, and if we look at it very quickly, are you one of my members? No, but I will look at it quickly because I was covering this anyway today. FFIE. Let's be absolutely clear. FFIE. So let's do a little update for you here. FFIE has no value at all. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do because I wanted to do this anyway. I've got a news item I wanted to use, and I wanted to do a mini review on it. So here we go. Let's do this now. So FFIE. This will go out as its own video later on. I was going to do this, so this answers this question all in one go. So let's have a look here. FFIE, Faraday Future. Let's prepare for the upcoming week. I'm making this video on a Sunday. It's Sunday, May 26th at 3:15. Getting ready for the upcoming week. There's no event tomorrow. The markets are closed in the US due to Memorial Day, but open again 7 p.m. Monday night. So things go early, of course, 7 p.m. Ready for the Tuesday trading. Let's talk about Faraday Future. We're doing a show right now, and we've got people asking questions about Faraday. So let's answer these questions and let's prepare for the upcoming week. Now, before I give you the news, the charts, the information, the fundamentals, the balance sheet, the whole thing, plus the latest trends and news, let me qualify. First of all, I don't own this stock. I never pump and dump any stocks. I'm here to be the most honest person on YouTube TV and the most reliable source of financial information. I only own the S&P. Why? For two reasons. One, I don't want to be biased in any way whatsoever. I'm here to help and support people, not to pump my own bags. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to help people 100%. I've made the money in my life. I've had a wonderful life, and now I'm sharing it and helping people people achieve their goals. That's it. So I'm not here to benefit myself. I'm just here to help you going live 12 hours a day and getting ready for the upcoming week here on the Sunday. So I'm an investor. I buy businesses, great businesses that I can hold for 30 years, make money. All those businesses make money. They are well run, well managed, well funded businesses. And in 30 years time, when I need to take profits, my portfolio will be up hundreds of percent. That's my strategy. That's what I do. However, FFIE recently has become a trading stock due to GameStop, the meme craze once again. So you can make money on this stock. However, I prefer a game of chess than a game of checkers. I have always got at least 5 moves ahead. So if you are trading Faraday Future, you can make money, of course. But remember, the company itself is worth nothing. It's going bankrupt, has no value whatsoever. People are just trading it on trends. And that's all very well and good. But remember, when you trade, you pay tax on it. You've got to pay at the end of the year. We've done polls here, and many people can't pay their taxes at the end of the year because they will buy something else equally volatile. Remember, Faraday Future is nothing more than speculation. There's no evidence of where it's going other than trends. Trends can change in a heartbeat. And this is not GameStop anymore. The SEC have put regulations in to stop all this, and Robinhood aren't halting trading anymore to protect you, even though it's unpopular. So you could lose all your money in a second. So my job is to give you useful, reliable information, not always popular, not always going to get the most views. It doesn't matter, or your subscription, but it's there to help you. So anyway, with that being said, so you know the lay of the land with Faraday, let's have a look at some information. So first of all, I hope you like this video and what we're doing here. Tap the like buttons and please subscribe if you are interested in getting the actual facts about the business and how to make money as opposed to speculation and gambling. That's what I'm here to do. All right, or the latter, or the former rather. Okay, so let me go over to some news. I've got some news to share with you about the upcoming week for Faraday, where things are likely to go. Of course, we've all seen the volatility with the stock. It goes up 1 minute, down the next minute. There's no value here at all to the stock, which can be demonstrated if we look over here. Let me just delete that a second. If we look over here and we go down to the balance sheet, this is what some people get drawn into. It appears from an intrinsic value that it's 98% undervalued. But remember, this is not done by Warren Buffett. This is done by AI. And it's not reliable because it doesn't use DCF valuation. You have to have that. Otherwise, it does give the impression, oh, wow, look, 68% undervalued. This is great. What if they start making cars and making money? I can trade it and make money from it. You can't. That is an unreliable valuation. It says it's an unreliable intrinsic value. So it's there for you. Don't ignore it. A lot of people look at that and go, wow, I can make money. Because we've seen the revenue again. It looks great, but these are all projections, and of course they're not reporting at the moment. People tried to remove them from the premises because they wasn't paying their own rent. So that's how bad things are. So it looks great when you look at it. You think, wow, look, everything's moving up in the right direction. We've got operating income, net income, cash flow, it all looks good until you realize that these dates were back in 2023. There's nothing recent. They're not reporting now. They're not doing anything now. So it's purely speculation at this point. So looking at balance sheets again, there really is no point because they haven't reported for a while. So we're not getting any updated information. So it looks better than it is, and it doesn't look good at all. 15%, they're not making any money, not selling cars. We've covered the earnings, and they've said they're not even interested in selling cars. They're building a brand. They're certainly building a brand, all right. They're building a brand of nothingness. Anyway, solvency score 26. Again, haven't reported for a while. It's a lot lower than that. It's probably in the region of 7%. So the chance of it going bankrupt is near 100%. But of course, as we showed you before, that an AI model has given I think Sensei did it, and it was a 60% chance of a short squeeze. But again, that's purely speculative, purely gambling, no evidence to suggest it, there's no value behind it. You're just hoping that everyone's going to buy it all at the same time, so it squeezes. Now you can tell there's a problem, because when Wall Street analyze stocks, they have a below average and best high forecast. There's only an average. Now you say, well, why is it only an average? Well, full analysis isn't done on this stock. No one's taking it seriously. It's not doing anything. So again, this is a probably out of date analysis, and there's nothing to back this up. If we look down, insiders were buying the stock, but that was back in 2023 December, quite a while ago. Nothing since then. Short interest, well, 85.71. That's what everyone's excited about. We're going to get a short squeeze, but you can see my full reviews on the stock down here. If you like this software, by the way, I believe it's the best AI software available for reviewing stocks. All my members can get access to this for free, and everybody else can get a free plan. Sorry, my members can get a discount to the premium plan. That's what I meant to say. And it basically makes my membership for free. If you want the link for that, it's below in the description. Alpha Spread. I'll give it to you as I'm making this video as well, if you are interested. This is how my members can get a lifetime discount for the software. There you go. Right, so as far as next week's concerned, then perhaps we should look at this news and see how it's all panning out. And you can, if you want to, trade it, you need to know what's going on. So anyway, GameStop, Faraday Future, top IBKR's most active list, AMC, Nvidia, among other entries. Nvidia, of course, though, is actually a business, so don't bunch them in with the same thing. The wild ride in Faraday Future Intelligent Electric shares have jumped out of an Interactive Brokers platform, with the EV startup driving near the top of the online brokerage firm's weekly list of most active assets. Faraday stock prices soared 3,810% since last Monday, though yesterday's close, with last week's marking an explosive refresh of the meme stock frenzy. Massive short interest on the stock is a key reason the FFIE buying spree kicked off. Faraday eventually became the second most active listing on ABKR's count of its 25 most actively traded stocks and options over the previous 5 sessions. As they frequently note, our customers are affected to high volatility and volume, and FFIE has displayed prodigious amounts of both. IBKR's chief strategist Steve Sosnick said, "It's not normal to see a stock rise more than 20 times in a week or have a 400% intraday moves on hundreds of millions of shares traded, but that was the type of activity to push this one-ish stock into second place," he said. IBKR's list showing 21,062 net orders of Faraday was released on Tuesday. Faraday's stock dropped 19% during Tuesday's session. Thank you, William Tian, just subscribed. That name rings a bell. Have you unsubscribed and come back? I recognize that name. Anyway, Sosnick said, even as meme stock mania was mercifully abating, the GameStop and AMC were in first and with fifth places on the weekly list, noting that the data are compromised of 5-day moving averages. Nvidia could retake the top spot on the chart as the AI chip maker is set to release. We talked about the earnings, but the difference is, of course, with Nvidia, if you look at the numbers, we said it on the earnings that it would go over $1,000, and it did. Look at its growth, very, very different. A lot of people are getting excited about AI, and there's no doubt about it that Nvidia is overbought, but at the end of the day, it does have value and it is making money and it's going to increase in value. But is it expensive? Yes. Whereas Faraday Future isn't expensive, it's just all out speculation and gambling. That's all it can be. Anyway, there's a little bit of an update. What do you think? Do you think that this stock is going to make you some money? Be very, very careful. I've often been accused of saying, I've noted that I've said in the GameStop reviews that GameStop is going to zero. And what I've always said in the videos is you're going to zero, not the business. GameStop is not going to zero, but you're money is if you are betting on it. 99% of people who are betting on it are losing money. Only a handful of people make all the money. That's how it works. So be very careful if you are speculating on these kind of stocks. Anyway, I'll put this out and leave me your thoughts below. Click above my head for all the alpha spread links. It's on the all links button on martynlucas.com with all the links. Go and check that out. Down below here as well. And over here, I'll put more Faraday. I'll put the Faraday playlist and upcoming videos as well for this week. Things I think you'll find important and useful. Till next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, that was the bottle flip kid. He was mentioned that, so I thought I would just do that. I was going to do it anyway. Last one, I promise, Evan Hands, holding 20 years. That's Fisker out then. Yes, Fisker, we don't know, do we? I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with Fisker. There's all kinds of rumors and speculation. It's currently off the index. We just don't know, Matthew, do we? We're going to keep our eye on it. HIMS, please. HIMS. Just a quick look then. This is not a mini review or even a main review. HIMS. Let's have a look. HIMS. Is that what it is? HIMS. Hims and Hers. I've never heard of this. So I have no idea what this is. Hims and Hers operates a telehealth consultation platform. It connects consumers to healthcare professionals. I know nothing about this one. It's the first time I've ever looked at it. If you just mention it and you're a member, I can put it on the screen just as a quick look. But if you are wanting a mini review, $5 and upwards, or if you want a main review, $10 and upwards, we'll get you a main review. Let's have a look. So the bottle kid flip just said that analysis sucked. Well, I'm sorry about that, but the reality is there is no value on FFIE. I understand people that are betting on it, who follow channels that are speculating. You want me to tell you it's great and everyone's buying it on Reddit. The reality is they're not. I spend a lot of time, well, it's my full-time job researching all these stocks. And the reality is when you go into a Reddit room with 25,000 followers, most of the posts have 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 engagements, nothing amazing. And it's the same story. Hold on, lads, keep on buying. There's no faith amongst honor amongst thieves, unfortunately. People will sit in those places and tell you everything's great, you should keep buying it, at the same time as they're dumping it. That's what Roaring Kitty did. And I'm going to explain that now as well, very, very briefly. People say to me recently, the last few days, when I've been criticizing the last few days about GameStop and FFIE, and people have been saying on stock twits, Reddit rooms, certain groups, in the chat, in the comments, a lot of comments, they've been saying things like Martyn is one of the corrupt. He's joined the elite. He's part of Wall Street, the people that we're trying to bring down. Well, nothing could be further from the truth, but I regard it as a compliment that you think that I've done that well. I know you're not trying to pay me a compliment, but the reality is, if I was in that club, I'd be very, very happy with myself. I've done very, very well. What a lot of these people are doing, they're telling you to buy the stock and then they're dumping it. And what I mean by that is, people have said that because I wear a suit and a tie and all this kind of stuff, I'm constantly making profit. By the way, look, if you look at me now, I'm at $89,000. $89,000. I started at $5,000. Never done options. Never done shorts, and here I am, $89,000, right? I keep making money. How? Because I keep investing. I don't sell. I hold. I earn dividends. I'm aiming for $1,000 a month dividends. That's my aim. $1 million in 6-7 years. And I'm going to achieve all those goals live on the show without shorting the stock or without doing options or without gambling or speculating, just consistently investing. And the irony of it is, I started with absolutely zero. Okay, just a bloke, just one of you guys, right? For the first year and a half, I earned nothing on YouTube. I worked 12 hours a day for free. However, Roaring Kitty, who is appealing to those that want to gamble, actually was a stockbroker who actually wore a suit and tie, but took it off to create the aura of Roaring Kitty, and he was breaking the law. He lost his license, so he was actually the villain. He was actually a false actor. He was impersonating by wearing a baseball cap. He was trying to appeal to the sort of people that would gamble. The reality is, I'm just one of the people. He was one of the stockbrokers, which is ironic when you think about it, that he put the baseball cap on and the bandana and tried to act all cool and silly and one of the lads. I put a suit and tie on, and I'm regarded as, many of you who want the stock, think I'm in the Wall Street Club, which is so unbelievably ridiculous. I just can't understand it. And there it is. Look, there's the evidence. The bottle flip kid. This guy worked for Wall Street. I wish I did. The ironic thing, the bottle flip kid, is, that isn't your real name. It's some made up whatever username, of course. This is my real name. Roaring Kitty was a stockbroker on Wall Street. So that's how perverse and nonsense this is. I'm an investor. I'm always making money, and I'm sharing my opinions and views with you, but you're not interested in that. You're interested in investing, speculating in the lie in the first place. It's just incredible. It's incredible to me, but it's very, very easy to manipulate people that are easy manipulated. People that want to get rich in 5 minutes can be led over a cliff and everybody will follow them. It's incredible. It's unbelievable, really, when you think that this whole thing started, the meme craze started with a simple cartoon picture. Just sums it all up, doesn't it, really? This guy works for Wall Street. I love that. I think that just proves my point. Someone who's pretending to be the bottle flip kid, I mean, it's laughable, really. Thank you, Martyn. I'm going to invest in Nvidia after the stock split, then hold long term. You got to remember, though, James. The way I would do it is this: Nvidia is too expensive. It's overbought. If it's let me share with you on the screen. Look, if we show here, look, if we go to the S&P, right? This is what I would be. If you like Nvidia, and you should, because it's a very, very, very good business. If you go to the top 10 holdings, Nvidia is 5.05% of the S&P. But did you know, if Nvidia does well, which it is, Microsoft benefit, Apple benefit, Amazon benefit, Google benefit, Meta benefit, and not on the list of these top 10, but Tesla benefit. So we know that Nvidia is going to do well because we've studied the business, we've listened to the earnings. So doesn't it make sense to buy the S&P instead and earn a dividend and have the top 10 companies who are all going to benefit from Nvidia? So why would you buy Nvidia when it is up? I think it's something like 38,000%, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. However, it's always going to be overbought for the next couple of years. Whereas when it starts to flatten out, which it will, the S&P will continue to grow because new emerging businesses will come in and some will replace the failing businesses. I just think it's a case of the tortoise and the hare. If you buy the S&P, you're buying Nvidia, but you're getting it at a better rate. We can actually look at that. If we look at the price to earnings ratio, perhaps, let's do it this way. Price to earnings ratio. 24 times earnings. That's why I say there is still 8% left in the index this year. 24 times earnings. Remember that. 24 times earnings. If I now look at, say, Nvidia, I bet you it's more than 24. It's more like probably 80, 90, maybe even more than that. Nvidia could be over 100. Let's have a look. Nvidia price to earnings ratio. There you go. Price to earnings ratio 62. Nearly 3 times what it is of the S&P. And the S&P is 5% Nvidia. And it's about 20% of the stocks that will directly benefit from Nvidia. Plus, the other 80% will all do well, because when the main index goes up, they all go up. That's just the way it works. So if you're waiting to buy Nvidia and you really want to buy it, I wouldn't buy it. I would be buying the S&P instead. Martyn on the take. Not received any money from anybody. I don't. What do you mean, Martyn on the take? I do this show for free. You're watching for free. You're not a member. That's for free. I don't want nothing from you. I don't sell you anything. You don't buy anything from me. How am I on the take? I think I'm the only person on YouTube TV who shows you their real trades. This, by the way, is all the money I have in the world. I own my own house. I tell you that. I have no credit card debt. I have no loans. This is all the money I have. I use Robinhood to pay all my bills. I have about $10 in the bank. That's in Bank of America. About $10 in Chase, just for my credit score. I've got a perfect credit score in the UK and a perfect credit score in Europe and a perfect credit score in the United States. I share with you absolutely everything. So how am I on the take? I'd like to know how that works. I don't really know. I share everything with you. Anyway, Martyn, how many short shares in FFE? I don't have any shares in FFE. If you look here, I don't own any shares in anything other than the S&P. If you look there, look, I'm 99.98% in the S&P, which is everything. And I've never shorted a stock. I've never done options contracts. Never have, never will. Got no interest in it. So anyway, James, what's the new brew this week? I see 60%. Thanks, Martyn. You're very welcome. You see 60%. 60% in what? I don't know what you mean. Good evening, Matthew. The brew for this week is Ringstone's Gold Tea. The value is in the shorts. There's no value in the shorts at all. It's 100% speculation, 100% gambling, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. If you want to go into a casino and gamble, then fine. Absolutely fine. But this is Martyn Lucas Investor. There are channels that will tell you to pump and dump stocks, and 95% of day traders will lose money. Those that do lose money then can't pay their taxes. I've never had a problem with that. I don't even pay tax because I don't sell anything. He lying. That's not even good grammar. I don't know what that means. No one's lying at all. Do you mean he's lying? Who's lying? What does that mean? Hit the button. Okay. James, some of us can only afford Red Label. Hi all, great to see you, Martyn. And you, Sensei. How are you this afternoon? Lovely to have you here. Matthew, I like all the tea, even the Red Label. Let's scroll down. I have to focus on the members. We've got some people in here trying to be a bit trolly, and that's fine. It's what happens when you talk about these things. But I haven't got time to answer everybody's question. So I have to focus on the members. Go and watch the movie Atlas, Jennifer Lopez. Thank you, Sensei. Let's have a look. Zach, I should like to see this. What happened to your moon bag? Are you talking about FFIE? I used to have a moon bag of FFIE. You are correct. I did, and I sold it. And I'll share with you the moment I sold it. I sold everything at the first week of January of this year when I became media. What I mean by that is we now have 3 channels, 3 monetized channels, and we are a TV network. We have Martyn Lucas Investor, Martyn Lucas Music, and Martyn Lucas Extra. And we're live 12 hours a day. And since then, we are now doing Meet the CEO series. We're interviewing CEOs, so we learn from the top about the businesses. We get great information. We had a former FBI agent on the show a couple of days ago from WidePoint. We learned about WidePoint. We've got Asti Solar coming to the studio next week. All of these things so we can learn from the very best people. And if you surround yourself by successful, wealthy people, powerful people, then it rubs off. I don't want to surround myself by ignorant people and people who got no success. I want to surround myself by the best people. So to do that, I wanted to go completely neutral. So even at an expense to myself, at a loss to myself, I sold, and I can confirm to you today, if you're interested, that was a good thing to do. Because despite my portfolio being now today 89,000, I've just heard from my CPA, which is an accountant in England and CPA in America, that I'm actually getting a tax refund this year of $1,500. Absolutely brilliant. Not only am I not paying any tax, I'm getting $1,500 back because I posted those losses. And for the reason of being neutral and being able to invite CEOs on the show, not pumping and owning their stock, the channel has grown 1,000 subscribers a week, and my portfolio has gone up. And so there you go. So I sold my moon bag. For me now, I don't own a moon bag. I'm just a long-term investor owning one asset, and that is the S&P. That is it. My job is to provide you with information, not to benefit from the information I'm giving you. Only people don't like short squeezes are the people short and these peeps. I don't really understand the grammar, what you mean by that, but I can assure you, I don't like short squeeze. I don't not like short squeezes. I mean, I think short squeezes are very entertaining and people make a lot of money. I don't dislike or like them. I'm just not in one because I only own the S&P, so I can't be in a short squeeze for the S&P. It doesn't exist. Loving the movie discussion, says Matthew. Atlas is very good. No one cares about I'm not going to swear, biased Wall Street articles. We all know. Okay, well then don't read them then. Why are you telling me no one cares about the news? Fine, then don't read the news then. I mean, that's fine. Don't really understand what that means. Zach, I will watch it. Can you check? All right, there's one particular person in this channel today is trying to take over the entire show. Unfortunately, we're here for our members, and there's not another channel in the world that will dedicate time to everybody and answer everybody as I do. Try and ring up the Dave Ramsey show and get on. You've got no chance. Try and speak to Jim Cramer. You've got no chance. Try and speak to Meet Kevin live. You've got no chance. I do speak to everybody, but I have to focus on my members, and one particular person is trying to like dominate the show, so I can't do that. Gambling, how so? Because there's no fundamental value whatsoever to FFIE or GameStop, none whatsoever. GameStop headquarters is just down the road from me. I was on the phone there to speaking to some of the members who work on the board at GameStop a couple of days ago, and planning on having the CEO on the show at some point. But there's no fundamental value at FFIE, particularly. So it is gambling. You're just guessing what the charts, what's going to happen. So that's not investing at all. There's not an investor in the world who will tell you it's a great investment. Nobody will tell you that. Martyn, can you explain why it's hard to short over-the-counter stocks such as FSRN? Can you explain why it's hard to short over-the-counter stocks such as? Well, for the first question, Matthew, because brokerages have a responsibility to their investors, they've got certain criteria to stick to. A lot of brokers are not even covering FSRN now anyway. Robinhood have removed it from their system. Now, I can show you it here because I used to own it, but I can't access it again. I can't go in and buy it and sell it. I can't do anything. More and more brokerages are taking it off their systems because it doesn't comply to SEC regulations. It's fallen off the index for a start, so it's not going to be easily accessible because it's not applying by the rules and it doesn't have any value at the moment. Okay. What I would suggest you do, Bottle Flip Kid, is maybe start a YouTube channel, use your real name, and start doing your own analysis. And I will look forward to learning from you. But that analysis sucked. That's great. I'm glad you feel that way. Good day, sir. Good luck to you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't need your luck. I just work hard and keep investing and keep making money. But thank you for offering me your luck anyway. Martyn, what are your views on Tesla, long-term and short-term? Okay, let's talk about Tesla for a moment, shall we? That's a very good question. That's the right question. Long-term, short-term. I'm holding Tesla long-term with fingers crossed for the Tesla bot in the future. All right, let's talk about Tesla then. That's a great topic. I hope to have Elon Musk on the show at some point as well. Would learn a lot from him. Tesla. Let's have a look here. Let's talk about Tesla for a moment. Well, Tesla has done something that other automakers haven't been able to do. Let's remember, if we want to look at the history of Tesla, and we need to look back at the history of all automakers. Automakers, since the beginning of time, since the beginning of Henry Ford, when you can have any car you want as long as it's black, famous saying, it was always about building cars to get them to the consumer, and then make money on selling the cars, the used cars, not the new ones, and repairing those cars and everything around the entire infrastructure of those cars. It's very, very difficult, and it's been it's virtually impossible to do for an auto company, an auto manufacturer to make money from selling cars. It's not a good business to be in. If you look at Ford, for example, it's been going sideways forever. Nobody makes any money who owns Ford. All right, I mean it's a complete waste of time. People get paid in stock options and all the rest of it. But if you look at Ford, it doesn't make you any money at all. Never has, never will, can't make you any money. It goes not only sideways, it goes down, and the dividend payments don't compensate for that. So to own Ford is useless. However, there are so many people who work there, they pay themselves in stock options, it's how they get paid. So even though the stock's going down and not really worth anything, they hold it, they have value because the stock was paid to them for free. It's a bit like banks. Not all banks, a lot of banks are better than this, but Ford, it doesn't do anything, right? It doesn't make any money at all. But what it does is it makes money through its dealerships. It makes money through repairing cars. Now, I should know because I've got a dear friend of mine who owns one of the biggest Ford dealerships in Dallas. And he's told me, we don't make money from selling cars. We make money from repairing cars, insurance, warranties, all that other stuff, not selling cars. So being in the car industry is not a good industry to be in. So Tesla, a new startup, comes along and tries to compete and change the system. It's very, very difficult to do because Ford, GM, Toyota, whoever you want to use, have an infrastructure which took many, many years to build all around the world. And they're not making any money on their direct sales. So how do you do it? Because you've got to convince everyone to leave them and buy you and a different product altogether, an electric car. So when Tesla was formed, It nearly went bankrupt several times. There was a famous incident at Christmas Eve when, in the last minute, the business was about to fail. And if it wasn't for a financing deal that landed 1 minute before midnight, we wouldn't have Tesla today. Tesla has been it's been a very difficult journey to get it here. However, here we are. Tesla, great business, great mind. Elon Musk is an incredible human being, hardest working CEO I've ever known, on the floor of the factory, getting it done. He does it. He's a great CEO. Well, he's a great engineer. I don't think he's the best CEO, in other words, representing the company. I think Tim Cook is a master of being a CEO. Elon Musk is a bit too rock and roll, I'm afraid. But anyway, nevertheless, Tesla is a great business, a great business. However, it's disrupted the entire industry, and its money is not in its cars at all. The good thing about Tesla, though, they've been able to disrupt with the EVs, and they put more pressure now on Ford. I don't know how Ford can survive, quite frankly. They're losing money every time they sell a Lightning. Now they can't sell them. They lose 35 grand every time they sell a Lightning. Did you know that? The F-150 Lightning, $35,000 they lose every time they, sell a Ford. It's useless. I don't know how they can stay afloat. The only way they can stay afloat is the government funding keeps bailing them out, a bit like Rolls-Royce in the UK. The government will always want to keep the industry of the American motor company, Ford, and they just bail it out. So anyway, that being said, Tesla was born, and they've been able to actually make cars, which is make cars with a profit. And that's what makes them incredibly unique. They're one of the only EV companies in the world that can do that. Not only do they make EVs a new revolution, but they actually make profit on them. That's the amazing thing. But even that isn't enough to sustain Tesla. And because Tesla was born during COVID, or when it really took off was during COVID, when everybody had stimulus checks and everybody was at home bored on their phones getting Robinhood, and that was it. Robinhood's its number one stock back in 2020 was Tesla. Everyone was buying something because it was new, exciting, rock and roll. Elon Musk was a bit of a hero, a maverick character. Everyone was buying it. And right at the beginning, Robinhood was offering margin at 0%. Anyone who had an iPhone was picking up Robinhood and buying shares of Tesla, with no experience whatsoever of trading, no knowledge of balance sheets whatsoever. And the stock went up and up and up and up and up. And Elon Musk, the very person who everyone was idolizing, was famously quoted to telling people, stop buying the stock. It's overvalued. You've bought too much of it. You keep buying it. It keeps going up. Well, now we know the result. It just keeps on coming down because, at the end of the day, if there's no value to something, it has to recorrect. And this price, when Kathy Wood was on the phone every 5 minutes saying it's going to go to 5,000, 10,000, it was ridiculous. It was for self-greed, and the numbers never added up. And it was like everybody in the world is going to own a Tesla. All false information, but they don't care. As long as they can make money out of you, that's fine. And the stock went up and up and up until it didn't, and then it keeps on coming down. Now, Tesla is still a great business, but its stock price is insane. Now, again, people look at it and they look at it all wrong. They look at a stock that's 1 cent and they go, it's cheap. They look at Berkshire Hathaway, hundreds of thousands, and they go, it's expensive. And by being cheap and expensive has its own draw. John Sweeney, I'll come on to you in a moment with your Reddit channel. I'll come on to you in a moment. I can see you in the chat and I'll address you in a moment. It's not 100% short at all. It's 85.7% short. It's not 100% short at all. It's 85.7. But anyway, we'll come on to that in a second. So the stock is overbought. It's too expensive, and people because it was once upon a time before the split, it was over $1,000. Everyone now says it's cheap. It's not cheap. How you ascertain whether a stock is expensive or cheap or not is by simply looking at the amount of shares outstanding timesing that by the stock price, that'll give you the market cap. That doesn't mean that it's worth that. That means that's the value of the outstanding shares. Then you look at how much it earns, how much it owes in debt, what its growth rate is, and you can calculate the earnings to price ratio, and you can discover that Tesla is really expensive, no matter how you slice it. I will say, though, in Tesla's defense, that that Tesla at the moment is in one of its best ever price to earnings ratios, 45. Now, you're always going to overpay for a stock with growth, and don't get carried away by growth. People go, it's a growth stock, it's got to be great, it's going to grow. That's an overused statement. A growth company has to be a company that has a continual trajectory upward over a long period of time. And even though the stock price has gone up, is the earnings going up? Well, no, it's not. But what is important to note is what makes Tesla valuable is, and again, it's a bit of speculation here, is what's coming next, not the cars. There's not enough money to be made from the cars. It's the licensing, full self-drive, robo-taxis, dojo, power, solar, AI, and all the rest of it. The trouble is, Wall Street cannot quantify the value of that yet because it doesn't actually exist in its entirety. We don't have a complete rollout of robo-taxis. Now, they say it's coming in August, but of course, in August, everyone's got it wrong. Elon Musk knows it, Wall Street know it, but the retail investor who bought on Robinhood refuses to listen. They are saying, in Reddit rooms, they are saying, Paradox, can you please send me your membership link? Yes, of course I can. There it is. There's a membership link. If you are on an iOS device, you will need to use a browser on that device and request desktop version, because Apple tried to take commission out of YouTube, and they don't like it, so that's how you get around it. All other devices are fine. Anyway, let me have a quick sip of my latte a minute. The reality is, and everyone knows it who reads the boring long white papers, which I do, but retail investors on Robinhood don't, is the fact of the matter is, in August, when we get the robo-taxi, which we will, theoretically we will anyway, we will get robo-taxis. Now, if you listen to Reddit rooms and people on stock twits and people who are, ramping each other up, getting everybody really, really excited, they're all saying we're all going to make $100,000 a year on robo-taxis. How do you request a desktop version? If you go to a browser on your phone, so let me do it for you. I'm just going to try and help out Palafox. So you open up. Okay. So this is what you do. So this is my phone. All right. Okay. Can you see? I've got Google Chrome just there. It's the same for Safari, Google Chrome, Mozilla. I click on Google Chrome. Right. And it opens up a website. I was on Alpha Spread earlier. And you see the little 3 dots at the bottom. See over here, look. See the 3 little dots. You click the 3 little dots, the same on Safari, and scroll up, request desktop site. Can you see that? Request desktop site. And what that does, it means you are in the main site, like you are on a computer. Make sense? Because if you look at the top of a website, it will say MOB, M-I-B, the mobile version, or it will just say google.com, not mob.google.com. And the reason for that is it's the mobile version is through the iOS, so Apple get commission. But there you go. If you are on an iOS device, just select a browser, any browser, and use the desktop version. But that's how you do it. Anyway, I forgot where I was now. Oh, yes. So the Robo-taxi is going to... I'm answering this question for James. The Robo-taxi comes out, And everyone says in Reddit rooms and on Robinhood, they're all going to earn $100,000 a year, like $1 a mile, having their car being used as a robo-taxi. Now, if that was the case, I would buy a brand new Tesla today. No question about it. I'd buy one today. I'd put it in the garage. I've got a garage in the house here. I'd plug it in and someone could request it and it could drive around, taking everybody around, earning me $100,000 a year, which is great, right? Because if the car cost me 50, I make $50,000 a year. Fantastic. I'll buy one tomorrow. Trouble is, everybody else would too. That's not going to happen then, is it? Why? First of all, this is going to happen. You know how things are in the United States with litigation and laws and insurance and people suing everybody. It's bad enough with cars that are driven by humans. We don't have the infrastructure yet for cars being driven without anyone there at all. That system doesn't exist. However, it does for those with the real money. So Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, they are going to have, with all their lawyers and all their litigation team, they are going to have some robo-taxis and you're going to see them. But they're not going to be owned by you. They're going to be owned by those companies. That's the first thing. And then they're going to be out. Now then, when they buy those vehicles, they're going to want to own the space. They don't want you to own the space. They want to own the space. So they're going to start buying some and they're going to be out on the road earning them money, not you. You're not going to be able to buy one. They won't turn it on for your car. It won't be available. It will be for them because you won't have the paperwork. You won't have the litigation in place. You won't be able to afford the lawyers and the insurances that will go along with full self-driving cars. You won't have any of that. So you will have these cars going around earning money. You won't be able to. Now, let's assume you did. Let's assume that's what I just said isn't going to happen. That, in fact, you're going to be able to buy a car for 50 grand, maybe less with incentives, and you're going to be able to have a car driving around. Everybody would buy one, and what happens? If you've used Uber, you will know that when everybody calls them up and there's not many around, there's more around, it gets cheaper. If there's an Uber at the end of every street, the price comes down. So you're going to go from earning $1 a mile to a cent a mile. It's going to be nothing like you ever imagined it to be. So it's not going to be like that. A lot of people won't want to use it at first, of course. People will be like, I'm not going to get in that. You know, some people will, some people won't. But if they did let every single person in the United States who's got a Tesla suddenly overnight turn it on, it would be oversubscribed and the prices will fall through the floor. It wouldn't return you the money you're expecting. So that just isn't going to happen. Anyway, the other things that can generate income for Tesla is Dojo. Now, Dojo is the processing power is provided by Nvidia. That's great. Hence why I buy the S&P, which has Nvidia, which will supply Tesla. That's all good. That's a good investment then, right? But they'll make money there. They're trying to compete with Google and other things to ChatGPT, all that kind of stuff. And there's a good chance they could do very well out of that. Solar, the batteries, the Optimus, the robot, all of this. But all of this is, at the moment, speculative. We don't know when, don't know how much. We don't know if everybody in America is going to go out and buy a robot. Are you going to buy a robot for $40,000? I'm not. I could buy one. I'm not going to buy one. I wouldn't spend $40,000 on a robot. Not a chance in hell. If I could put $40,000 into S&P or buy a robot, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to buy a robot. So it sounds great and exciting, but we don't know how many people are actually going to buy one, do we? Whereas we know people are going to need a car. Are they going to need a robot in reality? Are they going to buy one? I don't know. Anyway, so there we go. So there's my thoughts on Tesla, James. I answered that for you. I think that Tesla is a great business. It's got a lot going for it. Elon Musk has said, stop buying my stock, it's too expensive. It's worth about $110. That's actually what it's worth. So, and we know that because it keeps trending down all the time, trying to rebalance. At the end of the day, it's trying to rebalance so Wall Street can buy more, institutions can buy more. They can buy a business which is going to grow. At the current price, it's just too expensive. There are better opportunities. It doesn't matter that it's a great company or not, which it is. It's just not the best option to put my money. Warren Buffett would not buy Tesla today. I don't think Warren Buffett would pay more than $50 for Tesla, quite frankly. Certainly not 178. It doesn't make any sense. So Tesla is a great business, but again, you could own it in a much more less risky way with the S&P, and combining that with the Nvidia chips and everything else, then for me, that's the best option. I hope that answers your question. Let's have a look. Thoughts on GME at the market offering. GameStop. I've got no real thoughts on GameStop at all. I'm hoping to have the CEO on the show at some point. The business is okay. It's got cash, but it's not a great business. Just because it holds cash, people get excited going, it's got cash, right? Well, I've got cash. Am I a great business? I mean, I've got no debts. I've got money in the bank. Well, money in here. Anyway, Robert, can you check Litecoin? Unfortunately, Sensei Crypto is away today. I'm standing in. It's kind of funny, isn't it? I'm standing in on my own show, but you know what I mean. Sensei does the Sunday show, and he can't be here today due to a last-minute obligation. So, and there's no crypto today. Martyn, go away. I came here for Sensei. Just joking. I understand. I understand perfectly. Sensei is being greatly missed today. The Sensei show is, of course, for Sensei's crypto, and unfortunately, he's not here. This is amazing, says X Vidison. Thank you so much indeed. Yo, yo, yo. Palafox. Let's have a look. Wow. This is a funny comment. I think this is the funniest thing I've ever heard. I'd love to hear this said at Business University. I like catching shorts. It's better than investing. Tell that to any billionaire. Tell that to a billionaire. Shorts is better than investing. I guarantee you that no multimillionaires and billionaires would agree with you. But then maybe you know better than everybody else. I don't know. I can't say I agree with that. Are we not forgetting utilities? When artificial intelligence goes to the next phase, we will need a lot of energy. Yes, we will. We certainly will. Thank you, Martyn. Good advice. Thank you very much. Show us all your stocks. Absolutely. This is all the money I have in the world. I don't have any money in the bank other than $10 in Bank of America and $10 in Chase. And I have about $10 in England in Lloyd's. It's all in here. So I started with $5,000. I have now got 62,400, 24,008. My total balance is 89. I've got no options. I've got no shorts, and 100% of my money, if you scroll to VU, you will see 99.98. The reason why it's not quite 100%, because when I win free shares, they go into Apple, another great business. But yeah, I own 100%, and if I go of the S&P. If I go into my Roth IRA, the same thing. Here, look, you will see 100% is in the S&P. This is my real money, my real trades on VU for you. I answer everything. I go live 12 hours a day. I'm here to help people. I was voted by Elton John as the world piano man. I do this to help people. I'm not here to, I'm talking to you. You're not a member of the channel or anything. I'm just here to help people, right? I'm not here to pump and dump stocks at all. Martyn, I apologize. Martyn is not on the take. No, I've never taken any money from anyone in my entire life. I've only ever taken unemployment benefit for 1 month. out of my entire life. I've never been sponsored, never been given free money. I've never won any money. The biggest tip I've ever had in my life, amount of money anyone's ever given me, was actually a member of this channel last week. They gave me a $500 super chat. It was the biggest super chat I've ever had, and it's the biggest amount of money any human being has ever given me, including my parents, my wife, my friends, inheritance in my entire life. I left home at 16, built my own business, my own life, and done it all on my own. And, there you go. Okay, can you check Litecoin? Again, Sensei will cover the crypto next week. I am bringing out my own crypto soon to benefit you. It won't benefit me. There'll be a maximum cap. I will burn 90% of it all, which will be what I have. I'll burn it. The rest will be for you. And it will grow with the popularity of the show. My members will all get the IPO price before it comes out for anybody else. And as we grow, and we grow 1,000 subscribers a week, the value of the coin will go up. And I will never make any money from it. I'm just doing it to help people, so you like the channel and it's fun for you. And it should be a lot of fun, right? So yeah, that's all coming. I enjoyed the Wide Point meet. Yeah, wasn't that guy great? The Wide Point CEO, former FBI. What a great guy that was. Yeah. How do I become a member? I hope that worked for you. It's 100% shorts have to cover. How is that gambling? They are just delayed at buyers. How it's gambling? Well, first of all, it's not 100%. It's 85.7 actually, is the exact number. Just because the stock is heavily shorted doesn't mean to say you are 100% going to make your money. There's other factors at play here. The moment it moves, and I'll try to explain it in the best way I can. I see every day people on Reddit encouraging everybody else on Reddit to buy the stock. Come on, boys. Come on, lads. Hold strong. All of these words. You'll never hear a financial advisor talk like that. It's irresponsible, really. But anyway, everyone's going, come on, buy it. The reality is, people have been dumping it. That's why it's been going down. So the very people that you are trusting to support each other, remember, you only make money when everybody else buys. When you sell, it's because everybody else has paid the price that you've just sold it for. So if GameStop or FFIE goes up to $1 million, I'm just picking out a number out of the sky, someone just paid $1 million for that stock, so you can sell it. So the fact is, when it starts to fall, it falls so quickly. When all the dust settled last time, and we heard about GameStop and how amazing it was and how everyone stuffed it to Wall Street. No, you didn't. A handful of people made money, just like The Big Short with Michael Burry. Hundreds of thousands of people across America lost their homes. Many people took their own lives, divorces, people's lives were ruined, jobs were smashed, businesses were smashed. Handful of Wall Street investors on the short, like Michael Burry, made money. Everybody else lost money. So this is no different. No difference at all. And when you've got people like Roaring Kitty telling you to buy, it's all going to go up. It only goes up because people are buying it with no value whatsoever. You're all walking a tightrope. And at some point, suddenly, the people that run the Reddit channel, just using that as an example, dump it. And by the time you hear about it, it's already down 30%. You're already stuck. Now, what do? You just bought it at the top. What do? And the reality is, and it will never look like this, but this is how it is. We live in a world today of media. And we go on YouTube, we go on Facebook, we go on Reddit, we go wherever we go, and we see the videos of people telling you how much money they made. And we think we're the only ones who didn't. Because the ones that didn't, first of all, are not building businesses, they're not building YouTube channels, they haven't got a big voice, so no one will ever get to hear the ones that lose. And the ones that did make all the money, they were doing it right, if you like. They were building their online presence and all the rest of it. They were influencing you like Roaring Kitty. And they announced to the world how much money they made. And you think it was great. Everyone got rich. Why didn't I get rich? The reality is all the people that lost have no voice whatsoever. And you'll never hear about them. It's exactly the same. One of the most popular videos on YouTube is how to be successful on YouTube. The irony is not lost on me. If you think about it for a moment. The most popular videos on YouTube is how to make money and how to be successful on YouTube. How to be famous, how to be this, how to be that. And the very people that are making the videos didn't get famous and wealthy and successful and rich because they were clever. They got rich and successful because you were desperate to know how they did it. They just kept providing you the nonsense, so they got bigger. So now it's a self-revealing prophecy. Now they must be amazing. They must be great because look, they got 1 million subscribers. People like Meet Kevin, all these people, they were all formed out of times when the market was down and like in COVID and times like that. They all did their big explosion during those times when everyone was desperate. How can I be rich? How can I be successful? And those are the voices that come to the top. All you've got to do is, it's like being a drug dealer. You're just giving the drugs out, and people will just keep taking it and they'll keep taking it because they all want it. And it's the same thing. And it's a sad fact, but people like Roaring Kitty, who wasn't one of the people wearing bandanas and baseball caps and one of the lads down the pub, he was a Wall Street banker. He was a Wall Street analyst and he lost his license. He wasn't one of the people at all. He wasn't one of you at all. He used you to make himself rich. And he did. He got very rich. Thank you very much. So, and they're the voices that you hear. So there's no 100% about it. I tell you what there is, the bottle flip kid. I will give you a 100% guarantee. And it ain't short in GameStop. I left home at 16 years of age and built a business. And I've been building business all my life. I've toured all over the world, did everything I wanted to do. I've got 3 now YouTube channels, all doing well, all growing. Well, the music channel's not growing very much, but that's another story. But the rest are growing. And my portfolio is growing because the biggest investment I ever make is in myself. Work hard. Mark Cuban, I played in his house as the world piano man, who's on Shark Tank, a billionaire, owns the Mavericks. I played in his house. And he said to me, Martyn, be the best of yourself and you'll always win. Because no one else can be you. You are a unique product. No one else can provide what you provide, and everyone has an audience. You've just got to keep doing it, be consistent, never stop, never give in, and continue to invest. And don't ever lose money. Don't ever speculate and gamble. Work hard. Take the money that you earn and invest it. And when he means investing it, he means investing it. And there's no doubt about it, 100% in the next few years, and I'll show you my projection here because I'm doing it here and I'm following it every day. I've never deviated for a moment from the plan. Going to be over 100 grand by the end of this year. Here's my portfolio. Can you just see it here? Look. Unfortunately, you can't do 1 year, just the way the app works. So it shows 2 years, which is 184. But I will be in the next 3 months at $100,000 from 5,000. That is 100% certainty. I've got no doubt whatsoever. I know exactly how to get there. I'll follow the path. I will pay no taxes doing it. I'll have no stress doing it. And I will sit here in 3 months' time, 4 months' time max, with $100,000. 100%. Well, that's not bad, right? I'm happy with that. The other target I've got is to be $1 million live on the show. And here is my plan. I started with this about 7 months ago, 6, 7 months ago, and it was 12 years. It's already dropped to 10. So I'm saying it's going to be somewhere in the region of 6 or 7 years. It is, because my growth is accelerating. How am I going to achieve that? Well, that was the balance I had in my portfolio. It's now a lot more than that. It's not set. That was only done like 2 months ago. I keep recalibrating it and it keeps going up. That was 75. Well, I'm now just coming up to 90,000. Over 10 years, 13.7%, which is the average of the S&P. At the moment, we're accelerating because of AI, because it's a very tech-weighted index, which includes in reinvesting dividend and inflation, contributions, $3,100 a month, which is what I'm putting in at the moment, but that's going to keep increasing. I will be a millionaire live on the show in 10 years. All I've got to do is stick to that. Now, Einstein famously said that compound interest is one of the wonders of the world. And it truly is one of the wonders of the world. And while you're speculating and gambling and shorting stocks, there's no compound going on anywhere. There's no investing going on anywhere. Time is going by and you're missing out on the compound interest, the magic. And you're also missing out on dividends and everything else, and tax benefits and all the rest of it, which will make you a millionaire. And what I mean by compound interest is, let's say you have $100 in the S&P. Remember, every 7 years it doubles. I think the next few years it's going to double every 5 years. But anyway, that's another story. Every year, let's say you make 10%. At the end of the year, you have got 100%, $110. You've made $10. You've made 10%. All right. If you put it in the bank, you make 0.5% if you're lucky. You've made 10%. But now, the second year, without putting any money in, you have got $110 earning 10%. You're earning compound interest on the interest you got for free in the first place. So the longer you are in, it starts to multiply. And when you look at the S&P, it's a good example of that. Because when people look at the S&P, it looks like it's on an ever increasing cadence. It looks like the line is getting steeper and steeper every year. And if you look at it over 100 years, it will look like it's like a rocket. And you go, what on earth is going on there? Is the S&P getting overbought? Is it going up crazy? And people go, yeah, it's too expensive. It's rubbish. You can't get rich buying the S&P, even though it's how all billionaires do it. What do they know, right? You know best in your Reddit room doing your shorts on GameStop. You must know best, right? It looks like it's ever increasing cadence. In reality, it's not. That is the compound effect, because what you've got is 10% every year. On average, some years more, some years less, but on average, it's 10%. What the line should look like is a complete flat line. Every year, 10%, 10%, 10%. But it doesn't. It looks like that. That is the compound effect. That is the compound effect. People that own it, real investors, and we talk about investors like Warren Buffett or Apple or Amazon, they all own the S&P. They all have shares of the top companies. And they stay in forever. And they're getting compound interest. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. So while you're running around trying to scalp trade and take some profit out of something, I just keep earning money and buying more and more of the S&P. And now the last week was a perfect example. Perfect example. There was this moment here. I think it was this moment here. Just here. See here? Just here the dip. Right? I went all in with margin here. Spent about 20 grand with margin. Then I got paid on YouTube and it started going up. So I was paying it off, paying it off, paying it off, paying it off. Wasn't buying anything. Wasn't using any margin, getting paid, getting paid, getting paid. And then another dip, boom, and I bought again. And people keep saying to me, well, why didn't you just buy here? Because now you're buying up here, your average has gone up. Your average is always going to go up. People are obsessed by their averages. My average has got to come down. Why is it? You can't buy the S&P for what it was 30 years ago. Never going to happen. Even if we had a 30% crash, worst case scenario, it's only going to set all-time highs again because people are going to come in and buy it at those prices because those businesses haven't suffered. It's just been sold off for people taking profits. That's all. The businesses are still making money. So you can't buy it for what it was 30 years ago unless you've got a time machine. No, you can't. Unless you're going to somehow have someone say to you, here's all the money that you are going to earn in your lifetime and you can have it all now when you're 18 years of age. There it is. There's your lifetime income, $10 million. Buy the index now and then live on it. And you could. You'd buy the index. It would make 10% every year. You'd make about $1 million a year, 10% of that every year of $10 million. And you could just live on that rest of your life and it would keep going up and you keep having more. You'd be great. But unless you can do a time machine or get some magic person to do that, you can't. It's always going to go up overall, long term. Now, if you've got a normal job, if you are working and you've got a 401k, remember a 401k isn't an investment fund. It's just the right to invest tax-free. It's the investments you make that the investment fund. The 401k is just the legal wranglings of the tax situation. That's all that is. So don't get that confused. But if you've got a normal job, most people who have a normal 401k are buying the index every single month, whether it's up or down. And what happens? 30 years later, they're still up. They've got their money. If they've done it right, they've done it through a Roth, IRA, traditional, they've done it into a trust, they've not paid taxes, they've done the right things, they're very wealthy and they worked hard all their life and now they've got a nice pension. That's great. If you're like me and you're actively managing it every single day, I'm not buying the S&P every month, every 6 months, every quarter, at a certain date. I'm buying it when macro conditions suggest. So for example, when Iran started to drop bombs on Israel, it went down like 5%. I thought it was going to go down 10%. I started buying here and I bought some more there. Now, I couldn't buy what I bought here, over here, down here, because I didn't have that money then. I can't time travel, right? So I bought what I could and I used margin, and I'll show you how much margin I've got. Look, here's my real money. My cash is gone, 24,000. There you go. There's my margin. My margin keeps going up and down all the time. Because what's happening now, we had a dip. I bought some more. And each time I do it, I buy more. I buy a bigger batch than last time because percentage-wise, it's always the same. I'm not going to go over the sort of 60%. So I've got a massive buffer. I mean, look, the market would have to go down 65% for me to get margin called. That's not going to happen, is it? That's never happened in history. Even on the dot-com bubble, you're not going to do that. So what I keep doing is every time it goes down, I just buy some more, keep myself in that sort of parameter. And when it starts going up, just concentrate on paying off the margin. And if I'm lucky, I can get to zero of margin before the next drop. If not, I'll go again, but I'll just keep chiseling away. And I just keep doing that over and over again for the next 10, 15, 20 years. And in the next 5 years, 5, 6, 7 years, I'll be a millionaire and that'll be fine. And I won't pay tax on it. It'll be done through the Roth, the IRA, as much as possible. It'll go into a trust, and it'll be done good. Anyway, so it's 100% shorts have to cover. How's that gambling? Because you're buying a stock with no fundamental value. You're buying a stock with others that do not have your back. You've no idea what they're going to do. You don't know if institutions are suddenly going to buy, dump. You've got no idea, no control over it at all. Anything that you cannot control is speculative and a gamble because you don't know what's going to happen. You can't control it. Anyway, AMD or Nvidia? Oh, that's easy. Nvidia. There's no comparison. At all. Nvidia all the way. You're the greatest, Martyn. Carlon, we've missed you. How are you? It's been such a while. I I want to play your little thing. Shall we do your little thing? Let's do it. Here we go. This is Yardstick. This is Carlin D. Ross, one of our gold members. This member here, he's one of our gold members. He's been a member now for 2 months. He's one of our premium top members. He has got many, many perks that he's never taken up from me yet, but they are there for you. Soon, you'll be receiving your 6-month badge, I'm sure, and we can't wait to invite you into the VIP club for all the one-on-one meetups. Anyway, I've been busy, but I promise I'll be back to support more. However, phenomenal work on being the most honest channel in the world. Carlon D. Ross, thank you so much. And just to honor you, here is Carlon's special video. This is Carlon inside this. Are you ready? Here we go. This is Carlon, and he made this video for me. Are you depressed? Are you tired of being a loser?
The year is 1991.
In
Birds
5,
and people are living together in
4,
seemingly perfect harmony.
3,
until one day, a young
2,
man catches fire.
1.
This is
Let's
Phoenix.
go. Here he is.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in. But it's time now, you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
There we go. That was Carlon. Thank you very much. Absolutely brilliant. Known as Yardstick to us. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, fantastic. Someone has just asked me, what's the difference between bronze and silver membership? Well, honestly, the best value membership is silver, not gold, not membership, a sponsorship, unless you are a business, of course. But the best value is silver, no doubt about it. What you get in addition to bronze, I'm not going to go for all the bronze memberships, because if what I'll do is I will give you here the how and the why. This is the video you need to watch. If you look here, it'll tell you all the information. There's a video here, tell you all about the things that you get, the how and the why on the all the things that you get as a member. A silver extra, what you get is you also get a 20-minute event. If you have as you know, I'm the World Piano Man. If you want to have a party or a special event, you can get that for free. People don't pay for that. It's for free, and people pay me hundreds and thousands of dollars to do online concerts. You get that for free. But also, you go on the homepage of the channel, the YouTube channel, if you are a YouTuber. So if you want to sponsor events, or you want people to subscribe to your YouTube channel, you want to be featured, we put you, at your request, we don't just do it unless you ask for it, but we put you on the homepage of the channel. You'll also get, there are certain videos that we are now doing for higher level memberships. So we have members only live streams. Some videos now are going for silver and then gold members. So there are exclusive events, of course. So there are different things you get. The main thing would be you want to go on the homepage of the channel. But I'm going to be totally honest with you as well, that most people are members because they want to support the shows. Not only do you get all these perks and benefits, which I believe is a good value, but on top of that, people do it to support the show. It's like Carlin D. Ross is a gold member. And he doesn't even ask for any of the benefits from gold. He can have a 1 hour, one-on-one Zoom call a month and all the rest of it. Discount for the shop, blah, blah, blah. He can be on top of the homepage of the channel. We could all subscribe to his YouTube channel. There are many, many things. He does it to support the channel because these shows, because I'm live 12 hours a day, they are funded by the memberships. If I wanted to make money, all I would do is make videos and have a much easier life. It's the live shows that are provided by the members. If it wasn't for the members, the live shows would not be here. Live shows don't make you any money. And some of the biggest YouTubers, they'll do maybe half an hour live a day. I go live up to 12 hours a day, and that's why I make the videos during the live streams. That's the only way I can do it. So that's why people become members, just to support the show. Good evening, everyone. Martyn Sunday show. Yes, I'm here today because Sensei, unfortunately, was called away. He couldn't cover today's event, so he asked me to do it. Well, no, he didn't ask me to do it. Actually, that's not true. He just said he couldn't do it today, last minute, unfortunately. So I said, well, I'll do it. I didn't want to not do the show. Sensei will be back again next Sunday. He's with us in the chat. I believe he's watching in the chat, which is very nice. But yes, unfortunately, he had an event he couldn't get out of, had to do it. So the show must go on. So I'm here on my day off to make sure that the show goes on. Martyn, thank you for your detailed answer on Tesla. Excellent answer. Much appreciated. Thank you. You're welcome. I think you're going to do well if you buy Tesla today. I don't think it's the best price, but it will grow into the price. But I just think it's better to buy it through the S&P, to be honest with you, because it's overbought. That's what I'd be doing. That's what I am doing. So there you go. Good evening. What is your expectation for Nvidia after split? Could we see more down or high? Definitely higher. Definitely higher. Let's be absolutely clear. Nvidia will go up after the split, not straight away. I can't guess the day it will go up or down. I've got no idea, but I will tell you, it is good for the stock. Why is it good for the stock? Well, it becomes, let's be clear, there's no difference in price. 10 for one, it's the same price. You just buy 10 for the one. It's no difference in price. However, people will feel it's cheaper. So some retail investors will look at it and they'll feel it's cheaper. They do it because it gets more people to buy into the stock. Anyone who's got half a brain knows it's not suddenly got cheaper. Like Tesla. Tesla hasn't suddenly got cheaper. It hasn't. What's happened is it just seems cheaper, so people will buy. But the biggest part of it is options, is contracts. It just got 10 times cheaper to buy a contract for Nvidia. That's it. It just got 10 times cheaper to be able to buy an options contract. Remember, an options contract is 100 shares. So now the cost of that contract is 10 times cheaper. So it will allow more people to do options trading. So it's a good thing. When a company reverse splits, it's a bad thing. Very, very bad for the stock. But a forward split is very, very good for the stock. And long term, it will go up. Not because we're having a forward split, because it's a good business. It's a good business and it will grow and it's going to do well. There's no doubt in my mind about it. That's why I'm not selling the S&P, and it's 5% of the S&P. It's a good business, and it will attract more people. So I don't know what day it will go up or down. I don't need to. Remember, I don't buy the share price. I buy the business. Is the business going to be worth more than it is today, looking at the market cap in the future? And the answer is yes. Will it be up 5, 10, 20, 30 years? Yes. So in that case, I'm buying it. And that's what I am through the S&P. You have a worried look on you, Martyn. Oh, Paul is what today? No, I feel okay. It's a Sunday. I wasn't prepared to come on live today. Me and Leah were just chilling out around the house. So I wasn't prepared to be on the show. But unfortunately, the situation arisen. So here I am. So maybe it's a Sunday, isn't it? I'm not normally here. Good evening, Jose. Hey, James. Lucas Aid family. Hi, Jose. Hi, Craig. Have you already lost a lot of money investing in stocks? And in which strategy of stocks would you never invest? When did you start investing your $5,000? Hugo, yes. I've lost a lot of money. I've lost over $35,000 on Virgin Galactic and Virgin Orbit. Absolutely. Even though today I'm at $89,000, which is great, right? Wonderful. Lovely. I should be 150, 160,000 now. But does that matter? No. I learned a lot of lessons. Remember, the way I invest is different than everybody else here. When I started investing, and I have a lot of experience, I used to invest a lot with Barclays Bank 30 years ago. So I've been doing it all my life, I've got a lot of experience of doing it. However, 3 years ago, come end of June, it'll be 3 years, I started a YouTube channel, this channel, and I started investing with $5,000, okay? That was it. And I was not only investing, I was putting on a show like this, speaking to everybody, answering questions, making videos, whatever. So obviously, I'm investing while I'm entertaining and putting on a show. So I made a lot of mistakes. I bought a lot of rubbishy stocks. I made some mistakes. I made hundreds of mistakes. I made more mistakes than I did things right. But that's the best thing that could have happened. Because if I'd have kept making money and done everything right from the beginning, I would have thought I was invincible and I'm amazing and I'm clever. And then all of a sudden, everything would one day crash because I was doing all the wrong things. I'd learned nothing. You learn nothing from easy, free money. And if you go into a casino and you win straight away, bloody hell, this is good. I'll do it again. Eventually, you're going to lose. You're probably going to lose the very next time. But I had nearly a year and a half of losing. Live on the show, I got technically margin called, not actually margin called, because I was dealing with it, but technically margin called. I was in tears. People were giving me super chats to support me because I was really down, and it was very, very painful. Very, very difficult indeed. But I learned a lot of lessons. I learned the show has grown. The show is growing now, 1,000 subscribers a week, and or on average thereabouts. But yeah, I lost about 35 grand. I know what it feels like to lose, and I don't lose anymore. But at the beginning, we were called the day trader. Seems like a long time ago. I was called the day trader. We used to day trade, scalp trade all the time, and I still will trade if it's the right thing to do. But we are now media. We interview CEOs, so things are different now anyway. But, I lost a lot of money. So I know what So yeah, have you already lost? Yeah, about 35 grand. Live on the show, in front of everyone, live for everyone to see. So that was very, very difficult. Hey, James, Zach, it's me, Yardstick. Yes. Every word of yours is gold. So right. Thank you, Zach. That's very nice of you. We'll be here in 20 years. If God lets us, we will, mate. We'll all be here together. We'll all be millionaires by then. Many of you already are, of course, but I'm catching up with you. Let's go. Kintara Therapeutics. Hi, you human. A hedge fund manager beating the S&P through April warns stocks could easily drop 20-30%. As inflation and interest rates stay elevated. Right, Craig, let me address that. And that's a really, really good point. People always say this to me. Why do you keep buying the S&P? It can drop 20-30%. Yep, it could. I don't think so, but it could. Very unlikely, but it could. Will I lose? No. Will I buy more? You betcha. Remember, though, when is it going to drop? I see another 8% in the S&P this year. Before any doubt of dropping, I think it will start on Tuesday. More, I think we'll be up again this week. Maybe another 2% this week. We'll hit 90,000 easy. We're at 89. 90,000 is just a blink of an eye. So let's say, because I reset my account. There we go. This was when I started again in January. When I sold everything, took losses, whatever. I started the S&P in January. I'm up 11.62%. I haven't bought anything since January because it's my Roth. I can't put any more money in, right? Whereas if you look at my main account, I'm only up 7.5 because I've been buying on the way up. I can add as much as I want. I've been buying on the way up, right? Whereas my Roth is up 11.6. So let's just argument's sake, it goes up another 8%, which is what I think it's going to do. We're now at 20%. And then it drops 20%. It's back where I started. Does that matter? No. Because between now and then, I've earned all those free dividends. I've got more and more stocks all the time. I've got all those dividends. I'm trying to, next month will be $400 in 1 month. Dividends just on the S&P. So that's great, right? I'm trying to get to $1,000 a month. Let's say it gets to 20% and then drops 20%. I'm back where I started. But now now I've got more money to do it all over again. So actually, that's brilliant. Because one thing we do know, without any doubt about it, if it drops 20, 30, 40, name your price, it will, at some point, go back again to its all-time high. It won't go bankrupt. It won't go bust. Rubbish stocks will be taken out of the S&P and replaced with new ones. Whereas if your stock goes bankrupt, your stock's gone bankrupt. We know that's going to happen. That is a certainty, 100% certainty. That's how it works. So as long as I'm investing in myself and I'm working and I'm earning money, that's going to happen. So I hope it does. Now you're going to say, well, if you think it's going to happen, sell now, hold your money in cash, and buy it when it goes down 20%. The problem with that philosophy is we don't know how high it's going to go before it starts pulling back. We don't know how low it's going to go, but we do know if you just hold, it's going to be up. And even if you do say, okay, sell now, buy back, the chances are I'm going to miss out on profits because I'm not going to sell at the top. I'm going to think, oh, I'll sell it now. And then tomorrow, next week, another 10. I missed out on 10% going up. Oh, damn it. Now I'm holding the cash, all right? Now it starts to go down and I'm waiting for it, thinking it's going to go lower and lower because, people are saying 20, 30%. Only goes down 10 and I don't buy it. And remember, 10% would still be 1% above where I was before. And I've not bought it. And then it starts going up. Then I'm chasing it. Now I'm losing. I'm losing on the way up. I'm losing on the way down. I'm paying taxes. I've got stress. I've got drama. All the rest of it. And remember, if I like a business, and essentially when you buy the S&P, you like the top 10 businesses most. Do I like those businesses? Yes. And the point is, every single day, those businesses, 24 hours a day, are working for me, the owner, not the people at the factory, not the people who work there. Me, I own those businesses. You own those businesses. And 24 hours a day, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Tesla, whoever, they're all selling cars, selling phones, selling services, making money. My businesses are growing. I don't want to sell those businesses. I don't want to give those businesses away. I want to keep those businesses and hold at the lowest prices that I ever bought them and keep adding more and more and more, never selling. I don't care if it goes down. I remember when Warren Buffett was interviewed and someone said, what does it feel like to lose $27 million in a day? He said, I haven't, have I? Only the value of the stock went down. Apple, Coca-Cola, they're still selling their products, ever increasing. So I don't mind. So I've got $87,000 there, waiting for it to go down 20-30%, hoping it does. 7 o'clock tomorrow night, I am going to be really excited, as I am every single week. I'm excited to see today, what show, to see how much money I earned today. I'll tell you how much I earned. This show will earn me about $1.50. Live shows, this amount of people, this long, I'll earn about $1.50. Yes, it is live, Palafox. Yes, I'm talking to you live. Yes, it's live. It's live because there's a red ring around the icon, and it says it's live. So yes, it's live, 100%. And it's got a clock on the screen which tells you the time. That's how you know it's live. It's live because I'm talking to you, live because there's a live button, live because it says live because there's a red ring, and live because there's a live clock. So yes, it's live, 100%. So I'm excited today to know at the end of this video, I'll go, oh, I've earned $1.50. Thereabouts. After tax, $1.20. Whatever. I've made $1.20. End of the month when I get paid, I will take my... no, you're not a member. You're not a member. No, you haven't. I bought the bronze membership. You can't have done. If you had, you'd have a membership badge. I will take that $1.50. I will earn 10% from it this year. I will earn 10% plus 10% next year because it will compound interest, and I'll keep making money. And that's great. That's a wonderful feeling. Life is exciting. We're always growing. We're always building. Very, very, very exciting. Anyway, there you go. So, Crag, I don't mind if it goes down. Yardstick, James. Carlon, do you know about our extra channel? We are live in our extra channel 12 hours a day. You need to be a member of this. It's only 99 cents. I don't think you're a member of it. You've been away. You missed it all. Here is the extra channel. There it is. We are live 12 hours a day in the extra channel. This is the extra channel, and it accompanies this show, and it's live 12 hours a day. It's members only. Only members can chat. Keeps all the bots and the scammers out. It's only 99 cents, and every single person's a member. We've got about 300 members now on the main channel, and I think we've got 86 of our 300 members are members of the extra channel. So only 99 cents. But you get 12 hours a day support. Anyway. I'm not a YouTuber at all. I'm no one on YouTube. I'm just interested in stocks. Bronze is enough for me. Yes, Hugo T. That's absolutely. If you're not a YouTuber, don't want the parties. Absolutely, absolutely. I think huge funds understand that for Nvidia, and that's why they will short it, because the high volume of buyers then rebuy it at 85.90. You agree? Yeah. I mean, let's be clear. Palafox, I will come to you in a second. I can assure you, you haven't done it. It can't not show your membership. If you've purchased it, it will show it 100%. I don't know why it's not showing. It's never happened for anyone before. It's never, ever happened like that. Fat Halla Hamza, let's be absolutely clear. Great stocks, great businesses go down in price because they're going to go higher. Let me explain. It happens all the time. I'm going to demonstrate it with this here. This was the moment that we got the what was it now? The minutes, the FOMC minutes. It went down. See that? Look, it went down. And it came straight back up. And Tuesday, we're going to beat the all-time high again. This week, we're going to beat... It trolled me. Emma, try again. Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, I was right once. I know how this stuff works. But yeah, so what happened is, talking about what you're saying, Fat Haller, with Nvidia, right? The minutes came out from the FOMC and the stock went down. Brilliant. I love that, because Wall Street are not investors. They are traders. It's a market. They are traders. They knew the minutes was negative, and they knew they could use it to dump stock, take profit, buy it back lower, do it again. And that's all they did. So they sold. It went straight back down. I looked at it and thought, okay, thank you very much for giving me some cheap stock. Let me run over to my VU S&P 500 account and let me buy some more shares. And there they are. On the 23rd, the day it happened, I bought 3,300, 2,400, 2,400. I bought and bought and bought. It kept coming down and down. I don't know what the bottom is. I've got no idea. I've got no idea where the bottom is, but it kept coming down. And I kept buying all the way down. Thank you very much. Absolutely marvelous. And then what happened then? It went straight back up again. Why did it go up? Because they sold on the minutes. The minutes was a scary news story, but it wasn't. The minutes were what we already knew from the FOMC report, because we covered it live. They didn't say anything new. Of course they didn't. It was the minutes taken from the meeting. We know what they said. We heard it live. We know what they think. We know exactly. No, there's no surprise. But it enabled the S&P, enabled Wall Street to dump it so they could buy it again. So we've seen that happen to Amazon, drop 10% in a second. I bought Amazon when it dropped 10% in a second and went right back up again. I always set, when I was trading, buy orders for 10% drops everywhere. Everywhere, every stock, every company I own that I like, I set a buy order for 10% drop. So if middle of the night, 24-hour trading, Amazon decides to dump and take, I buy it. Because I like it where it was, so I love it even more at a 10% discount. That's obvious, isn't it? It's like your favorite pair of jeans. It's now on sale. You buy a pair, don't you? It's obvious. So it went straight back. So you're right. Because the business is good with Nvidia, I'm sure that there'll be a drop to buy it back. But like I've said before, statistically, you own more just by owning it than trying to trade it. Of course, if you can buy it at the top, sell it at the bottom, and you catch it perfectly, which no one ever does. 95% of traders lose money. The ones you hear about are the successful ones, not all the ones that don't. So are you better than everybody else? Maybe you are. I'm not. I'm not better than everybody else. I make mistakes all the time, so I don't profess to be. And also, be careful of your tax situation. You're more likely just to make more money by just holding it. Because why did you buy it? Did you buy it to trade it? That way you don't care about the business. You're just buying the stock and using the stock market as a casino, or you bought the business. I buy the business. That's it. That's all I do. So it could drop, but where do you get back in again? You look at the chart, you look at the support lines and the MACDs and all the rest of it, the averages, and you go, okay, this looks pretty good, but you don't know. It's only a guess at the end of the day. I have a feeling the majority of people lose money when they first start investing. It can be a steep, oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they do. I know I lost a lot of money. Hello. Yes, this is live. I just did. It trolled me. I'm going to try again. I'm not sure that I know what that means. The Fed always trash talk a good CPI until the S&P dumps to stop a rally. Yeah, exactly. Right. Let's be absolutely clear. Rich, as we come to the end of the show, got to come to the end of the show. The economy and the markets are two entirely different things. The consumer at home who's having a hard time with their credit card having a hard time with their mortgage, ever increasing prices, is the economy, is people at home, the consumer, buying stuff. They are having a hard time. No question about it. No question about it whatsoever. The markets is not the economy. It's 6 months ahead of the economy for a start. Its measurements are ahead. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, it's not even a real thing until you actually sell. It's just a weighing machine that's constantly weighing until you jump off the scales. It's a completely different thing. So people are buying the future price of a stock, whereas when you go out to the shops, you're paying the price today. They're not related. And the Fed, it's their job to bring down inflation, control money. That's their job. The Federal Reserve is there to print money. It's there to manage money, manage inflation. That's their job. It's not to make you rich on the S&P 500 or any other stock for that matter. It's not there for that. And their job isn't to come on and say, everything's great. We're going to lower interest rates, lads. So everyone jumps in and buys. The market goes up and up and up and up and up. Their job is to try to calm the market down. It doesn't work. The Fed are the Fed, and the markets are the markets, and the markets overbuy, and the markets oversell. That's what they always do. That's what they always have done, because people are greedy and selfish and don't care about anybody else, and that's how it works. That's just how it is. Nothing makes any sense. Nothing's fair value. How can it be fair value? If any stock was fair value and a real steal and really undervalued. We talk about Virgin Galactic being undervalued, which it is for the cash on the books, because it's potential earnings. It's not earning it now. If a business was making money and it was undervalued and the profits were there just to be taken off the table, it would be bought. That's obvious. That's like a bank robber walking into a bank and the money is already sat on the table. They've already put it out for you. There's the money, help yourself. Nah, I don't want it now. We're giving you the money. Nah, I don't want it. If a business is making money and it's profiting and it's undervalued, the profits are just sat there. Of course, the stock is going to be bought. And that's just the way it works. But, nothing is nothing is undervalued. Everything is overvalued. Everything is overbought, always. Overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold. Very few things are the right price, because the moment they're the right price, someone buys them. and now they become too expensive again. It's always going to be like that. No, if it's worked, Palafox, you will have a badge. You've got no badge on your name. So it hasn't worked. I don't know what you're doing. Let me tell you, if you purchase a membership and your credit card goes through, then you'll know, because it'll tell you it's done it, and you'll get a badge immediately. The only reason it doesn't go through is you've not entered it. And it's not gone through. It'll tell you if it's gone through. You'll get a badge, you'll get an email, you'll get a receipt. You'll get all of those things. Everything will change if it goes through. You don't need to ask me. So it hasn't gone through. There's no way to get around it. You've got to buy it or not buy it. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You are prevented from buying a membership if you are under 16, if your account is restricted for children, or you're restricted, or you have a fraudulent account, any of those things. And I'm assuming you don't have any of those things. So if you've done it and it's worked, it's worked because it's told you it's worked. I don't know what to really say. Anyway, I'm all in. Do you think FFIE is bullish right now? I'm all in. Young Ninja. Welcome, Ninja. When you say you're all in, on FFIE. What exactly do you mean by that when you say you're all in on FFIE? Let's be paramountly clear. The stock was something like 4 cents a few days ago. It is 100% effectively bankrupt. It was $1 million for the entire company. They were being forcibly evicted from their premises. They are selling no cars. They have debts they can't pay. They're all over the place. There's no business here. No, we all agree on that. I don't think anybody is going to go, it's a great business. Maybe you do. But if you look at the balance sheet, you look at the business, they are, in all but terms, bankrupt. They don't make anything, sell anything, do anything, zero. It's like Bed Bath and Beyond. What happened was, many people who don't care about balance sheets and numbers and businesses or whatever, they bought it because Roaring Kitty put out a cartoon picture. I mean, ask yourself, would you walk into your financial advisor and give him your hard-earned cash with real money, real dollar bills, and give it to him if he showed you a picture of a cartoon, would you? Of course you wouldn't. I mean, if I said do that, you'd say I'd gone crazy. Of course you wouldn't, but that's what people did. Because they think they can stuff it to Wall Street and they can somehow beat the system. Well, since GameStop a few years ago, the SEC is consistently writing in programs and policies to prevent that happening again. Robinhood this time aren't going to stop you trading it. They're going to let you lose your money, which is what they're doing. They haven't halted the trading on GameStop or Faraday once. So that tells you a lot. They're allowing it to happen. And all you're doing is betting on the momentum of the stock. And you are relying on everybody else doing the opposite of what you're doing. You want everyone to buy when you sell. They all want to sell when you're buying. Everybody wants the opposite thing. And what you've got is thousands of people living on Reddit telling each other, keep buying, stay strong, all this kind of stuff. And yet those people all want to make money for themselves. You can't all make money. The only way you can make money is invest in a business that makes money and everyone makes money. On this, 99% of you will lose money. I don't think that's good odds. And most people will lose money because for you to be able to sell up there, somebody just bought it just there. And that person who just bought it just there did so because you said in your Reddit room to buy it. He went, all right then. And you said, okay, keep holding. But then you dumped it. And your poor mate who you told to buy it is sat up there going, I just bought a stock worth 4 cents and I've paid $1.80. Well, now I feel a right chump when you are a chump because you played a game of Russian roulette. Well, that might be good for you. You might like that, but that's not how I'm going to get to $1 million live on the show. That's not going to get me to my goals. That might make me rich tomorrow, but 99% chance I will lose all my money. Whereas I'm 100% guaranteed to make $1 million. And that's all I need. And that's all I want. And I'm happy with that. And I'm working towards that goal. So it's not really a good idea for me. But I wish you the best if that's the route you wish to take. It's not the route I'm on. Let's have a look. Welcome, Ninja. I've been in and out. Have you covered Fisker? Yes, we did at the beginning of the show. We're going to end now. I've got to go. This is my Sunday off. I'm back on Tuesday. I only came on today because Sensei was unable to be here. So I'm going to get off now anyway. Check your email and then you might be a link if you paid and don't have a membership. That's right. There's bound to be a link. There's bound to be a receipt. There's bound to be a credit card transaction. How close to 25,000 subs are you? Shall we have a look? All right. Let's have a look. We have got 24,901. 2 people just unsubscribed, which is what happens when I say negative things towards gambling. Doesn't matter. I'm not trying to get your subscription. I'm not trying to sell you a training program. I'm not Meet Kevin saying, here is my training program. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I don't care whether you subscribe or not. What I do care about is when, at the end of the day, my wife says, you did a good thing today. You helped people. You told them the truth. You gave them the facts. They don't want it. That's fine. Let them carry on gambling. There are lots of channels that will tell you how to get rich. And the only person getting rich is the show that you're watching. They're getting rich. You're not getting rich. So if you want to unsubscribe to me because I'm not telling you how to get rich, that's fine. Anyone who tells you how to get rich on YouTube is talking absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. I don't tell anyone how to get rich. I give you the facts on the stocks. I tell you what's going on with the stocks. You make your own decisions. You don't follow me. I don't sell anything to you. There's our Rumble audience, by the way. Hello, Rumblers. How are you? And that's it. So it doesn't matter to me. I hope that you'll follow me on my journey. I hope you'll join us and be part of the family because I want everyone to make money and have a great time. But if you unsubscribe because you don't like the message, that's fine. I'm not going to lie just to get you to subscribe to me. I'm not going to be, you only have to look at the Reddit rooms that are promoting FFIE. There's a few different places, and they might have 20, 30,000. In fact, I could do it now. I'll share with you. Look, this proves my point. Reddit. Look, I'll prove my point. Reddit. FFIE. Let's use that as an example. FFIE. Okay, here we go. How many? Let's have a look. Where does it say? Where am I looking? I've lost my place. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. So just use this as an example. So we've got FFIE. If you look up here, look, it's this is the hang on, this is the Roaring Kitty one. This is not where I want to be. FFIE. In fact, Roaring Kitty will do the same thing. Roaring Kitty will do the same thing. So look, we have got here 81,000 members. 81,000. Right? There's 2 online. I mean, I'm not trying to laugh at it. I'm just trying to help you. There's 2. 81,000 members. 2. I'm not making this up. Roaring Kitty on Reddit. 81,000, 2 online. 2. 67. 8. 13. These are the up likes, down likes. 10. Look at this. 98% of my live viewers are actual members. It's higher than Mr. Beast. It's the highest in the world. Our engagement rate is higher. This Roaring Kitty Reddit channel has less than 0.00001 engagement. There's no power in it at all. There's no strength in it at all. There's no real army in it at all. It was opened up and engaged and lit up with a cartoon character, and you can blow it over like a feather. It's no strength, absolutely. Because if you've got a bunch of people, and I mean a bunch, 10, 20, let's call it 100. It's only 5 or 10, but let's call it 100. They're in a room having probably no money, no ability to control the markets. Of course not. You think Wall Street care? And you're sitting with your 10 mates in a room? Not at all. And you'll end up, your 10 mates telling you what to do, and then the 9 of your mates are going to lie to you, and you're going to end up buggered. So people unsubscribe for that information, and that's fine. Then do it. Go and watch that then. On the stocks that scroll across the bottom of your screen, it's easy to add a new one. Yes, I can add. I will look at that, James. I can do that. I'll try again tomorrow because my card is going through and everything, but then I don't get charged. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'll try tomorrow, live stream on my computer. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It might be your card's been denied or declined. I don't know. Martyn, best and most honest live channel on YouTube TV, number 1. It's 48,000, bruh. It's 48,000, bruh. I'm not sure what bruh means. Okay. What's 48,000? 48,000, 10. I mean, what difference does it make? It's still nobody. Hi, Martyn. Please, any Nicola comments? Thank you. Nothing new since Friday. No change since Friday, I'm afraid. How'd we keep it above $1 How'd we keep it above $1 all last week then? You didn't do anything. Lauren, you didn't do anything. And can I tell you how I know that? 1,000,000%. We have nearly 25,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. We go live 12 hours a day. 98% are paid members of my channel that watch me live. Higher than any channel, higher than your Reddit group by 1,000,000%. We also have 38,000 on TikTok, 10,000 on Facebook, 500,000 on my website, all over the place. All right, 1,000 on Rumble, I don't know, here, there, and everywhere. Okay, and when we do a stock, a review for a stock of $1 million market cap, maximum $1 million, a tiny company, we can rank number 1 on YouTube for that search term. Okay. And we can just about move the stock with our viewers. We can do that. And that's $1 million market cap with all those tiny company, with all the numbers that we've got, with 12 hours a day going live, and everyone's a member and everyone's committed. We can just about move a $1 million market cap. But you think in your Reddit channel, you can move FFIE and you can hold it. You've got no chance whatsoever. The other day, a politician said, I am going to buy $24,000 of was it GameStop or FFIE? I can't remember. I think it was GameStop, because he wanted to become the new president of America. He wanted you to vote for him. He's not going to win the election. It's going to be either Donald Trump or Joe Biden, isn't it? It's not going to be this other bloke. And he told people who invest in GameStop, give me $24,000. I'll spend $24,000 and I'm going to support GameStop. I could buy 3, 4, 5, 6 times that amount with my money here, and I couldn't move the stock, and I couldn't do anything. And so I said, hey guys, would you all vote for me and make me the Prime Minister of England if I support GameStop? It's the most silliest, stupidest thing I've ever heard. And he has 24 grand. So I'm guessing he has 24,000 times more likelihood of moving the stock than you are. No, I'm going to finish now. I've got to finish. My wife's saying, come on, it's Sunday. I shouldn't be here. This is my day off, and my wife wants to spend time with me, and I want to spend time with my wife. I'm only here today because Sensei was unable to do it. So, so don't get carried away with the fact that you can hold a stock up. I wish you could, and I wish you the very best. But while you're thinking you can do it, I am actually doing it. I'm actually working to get that sort of, that sort of movement. But I can't do it right now. So I'm pretty sure that that you can't. But then maybe you can. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you've got all this power. I don't know. Anyway. I was just trying to show you something. Oh, here we go. Look, just want to give you an example. I just want to show you how I actually do it. This is incognito FSR stock. The ticker symbol FSR stock. I rank number 1 in the world on YouTube. In the world on YouTube for that stock. So, I'm not in a Reddit room. I don't even exist on Reddit at all, but I am on Google, I am on YouTube, and I'm working every day and to try to achieve these. And I rank number 1 for nearly half of our companies that we cover. And even with that, I can't move stock. I can't move FSRN. I can't move FSRN, even though I rank number 1 in the world for it. No chance at all. Anyway, let's have a look. You said that we can be pushed over. You can, and you are all the time. You're not answering my question. I don't need a comparison on your channel. You said you were powerless. Reddit online numbers is glitched too. Is it? Not the stock keeps going down. You're not achieving anything. I mean, I don't know what part of. Since I started campaigning with Faraday and GameStop, I started making videos here that Faraday would go to zero, GameStop would go to zero, not the stock, but you, the investor. And ever since I started campaigning on it, it's been going down. You keep telling me you've got all this power. It's been going down. I started making videos on FFIE right here, ranking number 1 on Google, number 1 on YouTube, and it keeps going down. 100%. And I'm going to keep doing that because I want my members to know that this is worthless and it's going to zero. I'm not here to help you make money. I'm here to tell the truth to my members. I'm sorry I'm not going to jump in your bandwagon and come on your Reddit channel and tell everybody it's great because it's a lot of rubbish. It's going to zero. And everyone who bought it here thought they were going to get rich is now walking around going, I'm at home, no one hears my voice. I've got no money. I've lost all my money. It's worth nothing. Not even worth 4 cents. It's zero. So anyway, I am proud to be a member of the Martyn Lucas channel and part of the Lucas Fade family. I've answered all your questions, but we have kept it above. You haven't done anything. You haven't. What do you mean you kept it above? You didn't. If you kept it above, then I brought it down from $3.87. There you go. And I've got more power than you have. Have a good weekend. I have 100,000 in, more than the presidential candidate you're referring to. 100,000 is nothing. If you've got $100,000 in Faraday, you must be bonkers. And if you have, good luck to you. I wish you the very best. But $100,000 of a company worth zero, I mean, it was only worth $1 million last week. And you own $100,000 of it. So you own 10% of the entire company. I doubt that very much. Happy Sunday, Martyn. All the best. Yeah, all the best. You're making up stories. There's no way you own 10% of Faraday, because even the people that work there don't own 10%. They all sold it. I mean, they literally sold it. You don't believe me? I mean, they literally. This chart doesn't go back far enough. We've got before this craze started, we saw them all selling the stock. They don't own the stock. The people that work there don't own the stock. But you own 10% of it. All right. I've got to go. Did you ever look into Lilium? Ever had a full-scale craft? And I'm still studying that. Martyn, you are new hardest working man on the show in show business. Thanks for going live today. You're welcome. I've got to go. Thank you ever so much. I've got to get back to my wife today. I hope you enjoyed our little extra show for you today. It's been a real pleasure. Just nice to catch up with you. I will see you back on Tuesday. Sensei will be back next Sunday, as always, for your crypto questions. But from me, thank you so much indeed. I've got to get back to my weekend. Thanks for joining me. And that's it from me. Please be careful. Don't believe anybody online tells you how you're going to get rich. I never do that. Who sells your training programs, asks you to follow them. Hold strong, boys. Lauren apparently has got 100 grand in FFIE. He or she owns 10% of the company. Even the CEO doesn't do that. So I doubt that very much indeed. And this is the sort of nonsense that you get. Don't follow that. Don't follow me. Just invest in yourself. Work hard, and you become a millionaire. Don't gamble. Don't listen to people talking rubbish, because all they want to do is promote rubbish so they can get rich. Not one person on Reddit is doing it to help everybody else. If they did, they would commit to go live like I do, 12 hours a day, do it for charity, help people out. I don't see that happening. Do you? Be careful. All my members, I'm here to help and support, entertain, make money, and give friendship and support to all of you. The rest of you, do what you like. I still wish you the best. I just hope you don't lose your money when you find out how it all works. Good luck to you all. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy Memorial Day tomorrow. Just before I go, if you're interested, I'd like to give you this. I've just recorded a special Save the Music playlist. May I give it to you? For those of you who don't know, I'm the world piano man as voted by Elton John. I've got a playlist I've recorded here. Let me just give you the link here. You can't see it there. Let me put it up here. I would love it very, very much if you wouldn't mind going have a quick listen to this. I've recorded some special Memorial Day special songs on my music channel for you. Here is the playlist. I will see you if you watch it, because it will show me who's watching. I will see the comments, and let me give you the link right now. There it is. There's my playlist, and I'll also give it to my Rumble audience. If you could go and have a little listen, I would love it. I've recorded for you some special songs. Change is going to come. Long Tall Sally, get to the chopper. American Pie, of course, on Sunday. Sounds of Silence, Don't Stop Believing, all the way Frank Sinatra, and He Ain't Heavy, My Brother. He's my brother. It's a special Memorial Day weekend. I've also got the National Anthem of the United States on the channel as well. But hopefully you'll join me for this. This is what it looks like. If I just bring it up for you, this is a little quick glimpse of it. Go and check it out. I'd be honored if you would have a listen. There's a little listen. All right, I'll just quick listen. I was born by the river. I can't play it for copyright reasons, but go and check it out. Oh, just like the river. So there you go. Anyway, I've given you the link. I hope you'll all go and watch it. I'd appreciate it very much indeed. Just recorded specially, brand new playlist. That's it from me. Thanks ever so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Until next time, see you back on Tuesday. Until then, as always, take care of your money, yourselves, your crypto, and each other. Bye-bye for now.